Welcome to BTS Heart. Jungkook suddenly hugged Taehyung backstage after a recent concert, and the emotional moment left fans completely stunned. What happened behind the stage that made Jungkook pull Taehyung into such a heartfelt embrace? Taehyung appeared visibly overwhelmed, and the atmosphere surrounding them felt completely different from the celebration happening just moments earlier. The concert had already ended. The lights had begun to fade, and the enormous energy of the crowd was slowly disappearing behind the stage. For most fans, the night should have ended simply with memories of an unforgettable performance. But behind the scenes, a much quieter, more emotional moment appeared to capture attention. Jungkook was seen embracing Taehyung backstage, and the image immediately made fans wonder what had happened just before that moment. At first glance, the photograph looked simple. Two members of BTS sharing a hug after a demanding performance. Yet there was something about Taehyung's expression that made the moment feel different. His eyes appeared emotional, his face looked tired, and the embrace seemed to carry a level of comfort that went beyond an ordinary post-show celebration. The stage had shown the powerful side of BTS, thousands of lights, screaming fans, massive performances, and the kind of confidence that only comes from years of experience. But backstage was completely different. Away from the audience, the members could finally step back from the pressure of performing and simply breathe. That contrast is exactly what made the image of Jungkook holding Taehyung feel so meaningful to fans. There was no dramatic lighting, no choreography, just a quiet moment between two people who've spent years experiencing this extraordinary journey together. The emotional weight of the photo grew stronger because Taehyung appeared to be holding back tears. Of course, the image alone can't confirm exactly why he looked emotional. It could have been exhaustion, relief after the show, gratitude toward the audience, or simply the overwhelming feeling that sometimes follows an intense concert. Naturally, fans began wondering what happened right before Jungkook approached him. Had Taehyung become emotional as soon as he left the stage? Was Jungkook simply checking in on him? Was it a private, unplanned moment that the camera happened to catch for only a few seconds? For longtime fans, the emotional significance of the photo was easy to understand. BTS has spent years performing together through countless milestones, exhausting schedules, and unforgettable moments. RM, Jin, Suga, J-Hope, Jimin, Taehyung, and Jungkook have grown up together, celebrated together, and gone through difficult stretches together. And that closeness tends to become especially visible the moment cameras step away from the stage. That's exactly what made this embrace resonate so strongly. It wasn't about anything dramatic happening. Sometimes the smallest gesture carries the most weight. A hug doesn't need words to communicate reassurance. It can simply mean someone is there when another person needs comfort. This photo appeared to capture exactly that. Around them, the backstage area was still active. Staff moving equipment, the concert's operations still winding down, the distant echo of the crowd still audible. Yet for those few seconds, all the attention in the frame seemed focused entirely on the two of them. Just moments earlier, they'd been performing in front of a massive crowd, surrounded by lights, cameras, and thousands of voices. Then, almost instantly, the atmosphere turned quiet and deeply personal. That kind of transition can be emotionally overwhelming for performers. After hours of physical and mental preparation, the sudden silence backstage often brings a release. Adrenaline fading, exhaustion setting in, the full weight of the performance finally settling in, sometimes bringing tears even after a show that went perfectly. There's no confirmed evidence explaining exactly what Taehyung was feeling in that moment, and no indication anything negative had happened between the members. If anything, the image likely represents nothing more than a deeply emotional moment following a demanding, successful performance. But that uncertainty is part of why fans couldn't stop looking at it. The less information available, the more people naturally began studying every visible detail. His eyes, Jungkook's body language, how instinctively the two seemed to comfort each other. That reaction makes sense, though. Fans weren't just looking at a single photograph. They were looking at it through years of shared history. Jungkook and Taehyung's friendship has played out across performances, behind-the-scenes footage, live streams, and countless casual interactions over the years, which is exactly why even a brief backstage moment like this can carry so much emotional weight. Still, it's worth remembering that a photo can't tell the whole story. No one outside the people actually present backstage can know exactly what happened before or after that hug unless the members themselves choose to share it. Any theory beyond that remains speculation, but that doesn't make the moment any less meaningful. If anything, it makes it feel more human. Sometimes Taehyung simply needed a moment of comfort. Sometimes Jungkook simply noticed. Sometimes two friends share a quiet hug after an exhausting night, and the rest of the world never needs to know exactly why. Perhaps that's exactly why this moment struck such a chord. Fans have watched BTS grow from young trainees into global artists, followed by millions. Yet moments like this reveal something completely different from the massive stages and headlines. They're still human. They still get tired. They still feel overwhelmed sometimes. And they still have each other. For now, there's no official explanation from either member about what specifically happened that night. And honestly, the simplest interpretation may also be the most touching one. Two members had just finished another demanding performance. One appeared emotional. The other stayed close and offered comfort. No hidden story is required for that to matter. The emotion itself is enough. A small, unscripted reminder of just how deep the bond between these two, and among all 7 members, continues to run, even after everything they've built together over the years.